always wanted to be an engineer. I really got a focus on it back in junior high school. A family friend of ours was the maintenance director at a hospital back in Hot Springs, and the school was right next door, and I used to stop by there after school and visit with him and watch what he was doing and all. And he asked me what I wanted to do as an engineer, and I said, well, you know, engineering stuff. And he laughed, and he said, well, if you really want to make a difference, you need to get into biomedical engineering, those kinds of things. He said, this equipment that I maintain and make sure it's working saves people's lives every day. And about a month after he told me that, he passed away. He was 40. So I realized at that time that I might be able to use those engineering skills to help people. And that's kind of how I got started in it. So one of the things I learned early on when I got into business is that you can't really separate business and community. Business, you can't operate in a vacuum, and the community needs good business leaders to grow and to prosper. So being active in the community, it really is good business, and it was an early lesson I learned. But I started out of college with a pair of sister companies, an engineering firm and a electrical contracting firm. Did that for 12 years. I got my professional license. I got my journeyman electrician's license. Then I went into just consulting with another firm. Did that for 10 years. Got my master electrician's license. Left from there. Went in partnership in another engineering firm for 15 years. And then 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago, I came over with Brown Engineers so I could focus really on just critical projects and critical infrastructure. A lot of the projects that have come my way over the years have been really challenging. I've been fortunate in that regard. I think it really is from an engineer's perspective, that's what we do is solve problems. And that's what I've always wanted to do. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do it for 43 years, so it's still exciting. One in particular is that I did was lighting of the State Capitol Rotunda Dome. It was very challenging, both from an engineering perspective and the fact that if it didn't turn out right, everybody and his dog would see it. And so I'm very proud of that one. A few years back, they had a piece of 2400 volt switchgear that had been put in the early 1950s, original with UAMS, served the core of the hospital, and it was internally failing, which is not a good thing. So we patched it up as best we could. We got an emergency order of switchgear in, and once we got it, we had planned out 2 56-hour shutdowns of the hospital over 2 consecutive weekends. Had almost 100 people each time throughout the hospital, making sure patients were safe, all the temporary connections were good, and replaced that over 2 56-hour shutdowns over 2 weekends. We came in, we got it done on time. We did it within the money that they had, and about 100 gallons of coffee. It was tough. Consecutive weekends, 3 days no sleep is really tough, but had a great crew of electricians. The folks at UAMS were wonderful to work with. I don't go looking for them. I honestly don't. I've been blessed. A lot have come my way over the years, and just because. But with industry contacts and a lot of satisfied customers and that sort of thing, word gets around of who does those kinds of jobs. So for me, it's that allure of someone coming to you with a project where they've been told it can't be done, and I figure out a way to do it, and to me that's real engineering.